I genuinely think my PC was holding me back. Or Zillion. That's kind of nasty, actually. Kind of nasty into Nasus. His, well, we're kind of nasty into each other, right? Like, if I wither him, he can just die, but if he withers me, I can just die. Not wither, but, like, the E. That's basically wither, but without the attack speed slow. Like, we're both so reliant on moving because we don't have any dashes. And obviously, he speeds himself up, but wither will slow him down to a crawl anyway. It's probably not top Wukong. Probably jungle Wukong. Oh, the Fiora ban's from a Sivir? Oh, maybe they swapped. Maybe they swapped. Sivir Zillion. Pretty nasty, but again, Sivir, one of those champs, if she doesn't take cleanse, I just grind her to a halt with Wither. Alright, this is where we see the matchup. Oh, it is top Wukong. Okay. So top Wukong, we're going to be taking... I think we're going to take Phase Rush for the Master Yi and for the Zillion. Helps me kite out the Master Yi, helps me mitigate the Zillion slow, but ordinarily into Wukong I would take Airy. But because there's a Zillion and a Master Yi, I'm going to be taking Phase Rush. Bone Plating and Flinching definitely needed into Wukong. And then just these three runes are pretty standard. You're always going to take Mana Flow, Transcendent, Scorch. They're very, very good. Very synergistic with what Nasus wants to do. Bone Plating, obviously, Wukong has to dash on you to do damage. So he's going to dash on you, he's going to throw his combo into you. Bone Plating's going to block it all. Gives you windows where you can walk up as well if you play around the Bone Plating cooldown. And Unflinching is going to help me with the slow resist against Zillion. Generally, you want Unflinching on Nasus. There's normally at least one slow in the game. So, Wukong, Diamond 2. Diamond 1, Yi. Diamond 3, Diamond 3, Diamond 2. So yeah, D2 MMR, once again. Back in D2 MMR. So the Wukong matchup, it's an interesting one. You can bully him reasonably hard. He has good sustain with his passive. If he ever hits you, the more he hits you, the more he heals with his passive. His regen goes up, as does his armor when he hits. So we want to avoid getting hit as much as possible, but that's generally how you want to play Nasus anyway. He only gains armor. He does not gain magic resist. So, Emax is actually quite potent against him. He tends to struggle against magic damage champions. A lot of Wukong players will ban Mordekaiser. A very long-standing counter. Okay, the Wukong is pre with the Yi. No mana flow stack. Not a problem. Okay, apparently they're not pre. Doesn't matter anyway, it's really not going to change how I play the lane. Whether the jungle's pre-made or not, I'm going to play in a way that makes it so that the jungle can't really gank me. Master Yi is one of those champions that if he can gank me, it's pretty potent. Now he's got Conqueror. It's going to make him a lot weaker than Lethal Tempo when he's inside his ult. But Lethal Tempo, well, either way, when he's outside of his ult, I can wither him and he's not a champion. All we really need to play around is the ultimate of Yi. If he's getting resets, I can't do anything against him. If he's not getting resets and his ult runs out, I can just wither him and he's not a champ. If they're not running cleanse, this is always something you want to check for when you're playing Nasus. If the enemy AD carry doesn't have cleanse, your wither is extremely potent. Zillion can get Mikhail's, but we'll see whether he does or not. So as usual, we're going to wait for these front three minions to drop low. We're going to walk up and E them. We're going to try not to hit the backline creeps with the E at all. And that's going to, if Wukong does anything to the wave, it's going to keep the wave in a neutral state. Oh, good vision here. If I can hit Wukong with it as well, it's perfect. Bonk. Now these do actually walk in, but it's not the end of the world. It does a little bit of damage. If I can get Wukong to E on me here, he will, or even if he just auto-attacks the wave. I'm just going to auto attack. I'm not going to E here. Yeah, here we go. He's dropping a lot of autos on the wave, so... E there. Like, my E on him is just on him and not the minion wave, right? I really want this wave to come towards me. Okay, nice. Bot lane. Bot lane winning. Now this wave's pretty comfortably coming towards me. I can E. Walk up and Q. He's going to Q me back, but it's a winning trade for me. And this wave's still going to be coming into me. I need to be careful. He could dash on me here. Yep. I'm going to E him back. And it's basically just a... He's popped his pot. I'm going to pop mine. Basically just a game of how many E's can I get on him without causing the wave to push in, like, away from me. So this is still coming into me. This is still perfect. Basically, I'm trying not to E the creeps as much as I can. I'm going to walk up for this. I don't take too much damage. I can pop a pot. Getting the cannon minions early is really huge, because if you queue a cannon minion, it's the same as queuing 4 regular minions. So Yi's mid. I'm going to E him now. Auto this. Auto it again. Auto this to set it up. Auto it again. Can't get it. Auto Q. Can't quite get that one. Can't quite get this one. But the reason that I wanted to kill that wave so fast is that now, instead of bouncing back into him, it's like a neutral state again. It's slightly pushing into him, but if he does anything, it'll push away from him. So like here, he E's. It's now pushing away from him. Yeah, it's now pushing away from him and into me. He is running teleport, so I'm just going to let this come to me, and I'm going to catch it. See if he bases. He's already used his pot. If I can E this and him, it's really good, but he backs all the way away from it, so I'm just going to walk up and Q it. That's generally the way it goes. Either you can E him and the minion, or he backs all the way off and you can just walk up and Q the minion. So here I'm Eing off to the side. This is something that you'll have seen in my other matchup guides. E off to the side and it keeps the wave coming into you. I'm going to ward this bush. There's no one getting ganked, so I can just see him. That's a big benefit to me. Unfortunately, I can't get these minions because he's walking up. Like here, but here I can E him and that creep. And I think I've done enough damage to him that he's going to have to base now. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to take that, but that's absolutely fine, because what's going to happen is when this wave comes, I'm pretty sure Yi is not here. But when this wave comes, I'm going to E it. It's going to get me level 5. I'm actually going to let one minion die to the turret. Get level 5. He won't be able to kill me when I'm level 5. Like this, and then this E will pretty much kill the entire wave, and all I have to do is auto the ones that... like that. The ones that get set up. And now he wants to base because it's pushing into him, but that that bush is warded, so it makes it difficult for him. I'm going to drop an E on him and the creep. And this is awkward because it's pushing away from me, so now might be a good time for me to base TP. I'm going to get the XP off these 2 creeps, and then I'm going to base TP. That one. That one. Since I'm base TPing, I can throw an E at him before I go. Doesn't hit him. No problem. It's going to get me those creeps. Okay, we're looking at Dark Seal. We're looking to start building towards Glacial Buckler. We'll get this. We'll get Boots and Refill. Boots really good, obviously, for spacing. Spacing's really important on Nasus. Keep it in. So now that I'm level 5 with Dark Seal and D-Ring, my E one-shots backline. So I can E here. He really can't walk up because I will just kill him. He's at such a health deficit. He's going to base TP. That's expected. Yeah, this one-shots this wave. But it's going to crash. All I need to worry about now is that Yi doesn't kill me, but it's really awkward for him to base right now. I can keep it awkward for him to base and make it awkward for him to farm as well. Like, he's pretty low. I don't have a ward, so I'm going to use my body to check. And then when my E's back, like, I'm not going to do anything while my E's on cooldown, right? So once my E's back, I'm going to walk up again, E him in the face, and go use my body to check. And then what I'm going to do here, I want this wave to be bouncing into me, so he's going to base TP, so I'm just going to E the whole wave. Oh, I accidentally pressed my ghost key. That's never what you want to do. And now I'm just going to take my own base. And now he's going to TP back, but it's going to be a cannon wave. This is something that you always want to bear in mind. Because it's a cannon wave, it's really hard for him to push back into me. And I'm going to come back. And this wave does catch on this minion slightly. If it catches on the minion, it's going to start pushing into you. If it doesn't, it's going to be a neutral wave state. It's a neutral wave state, but he's going to last hit some creeps, and that's going to start pushing towards me. If he just full-on hits it like that, of course it's going to push towards me. But you can see I've demanded no resources from my jungler here. They're putting it all towards this Lucian. I am purely weak side in a matchup that normally would be hard losing. But because I'm playing Emacs and I'm managing waves like I am, it's really not that bad. E here. I'm going to Q this cannon. Right, now this is pushing into him, so I want to reset this if I can. So the way I'm going to do that is by walking up and Eing, like this. Got my phase rush, he can't really chase after that. So I used my bone plating there to push that wave, but I'm going to need to push another one because this is going to freeze for him. So what I want to do is pop my pots, get myself as healthy as I can for this push. And when they try to freeze, you just want to drop the E on their head like that. And start pushing the minions. The next one will kill these backline creeps. Wither there to proc the phase rush. Wither actually counts as one of your 3 things for phase rush. You might not have known that. And then this E will push the wave into the tower. Now it's crashed. I can get CDR boots, so I will actually base for that. CDR boots is a really big spike. Another cannon wave, so you can't really push that into me. CDR boots just giving you 20 haste, much more E's, much more W's, and also 20 more move speed. So much better spacing. Much easier to run away from the guy.
Perhaps Shurima was meant to fall.
And now this wave's coming back into me, and we're just hard chilling. Ideally, I get in range for XP of this cannon. It would be really bad if I don't. I'm gonna eat it. I'd miss it. I start putting points in Wither. Wukong's probably pretty frustrated right now. He's lacking his TP. He's lacking a lot of health. Yi is mid, so I can actually walk up. There, I threw the E on him, but not on this creep because I want to stack it, of course. Oh. It's the clone. Now if you've seen the Darius guide, this is like when I got the Darius low after my reset. I want to be pushing him in because I want to abuse the fact that he's got no TP and no health. So this plate's going to die to my minions, actually. I can just take this. Walk in. Phase rush out. Now he wants to reset. And he's going to reset, so I'm going to... I've got 2 options here. One is that I could push. 2 is that I can just drag the wave. If it wasn't a cannon wave, I would push. But because it's a cannon wave, I'm going to drag the wave, and this will get it pushing into me. It's just a lot harder to push a cannon wave in time. So I'm going to do it like this. And then, obviously, now I'm not going to hit the wave because I want it to come into me. I'm just going to last hit. Wukong actually stayed. He went for the plant. I'm going to E off to the side so it doesn't hit the creeps. 200 damage away from him. In XP range there. Another 200 damage. 230 actually. Really nice. Wither him. Kill him straight away. I'll ult. Flash out of him. Ult out of him. Drake over to us. Perfect. Flash for Ghost there. Really good. Ghost obviously with a lower cooldown. What the fuck? Oh, it went on Tibbers and not Wukong there? Really? I think my tower just griefed me. But Annie, flash ult. Wukong, flash ult. A lot of resources dedicated top to kill me there. Be able to get the Sheen as well. It's not a bad base. Unfortunate that I lose the wave.
An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
For centuries, I have watched.
Alright, so this wave's pushing away from me. Need to fix that, so I'm going to E it. I'm going to Q this cannon. And I'm going to E the next wave as well. He might have Sundara because he did actually get the kill. If he does, then I'm a lot weaker than he is. Yeah, he does, so I'm really weak now. So I'm just going to play like it. This is very much a weak side game. I'm going to drop this ward here to show if Yi ever goes into this jungle, but another thing that it covers is that Wukong's going to have control over the wave now. If he wants to push and roam mid, he could expand his lead by doing that. So he'd have to walk over this ward unless he goes the river way, but it's much easier to gank people like this route. This wave's coming into me, so I'm not going to touch it. I really don't want to walk up to this Wukong right now. He's a lot stronger than I am. Stay in XP range. Sorry, something in my throat there.
An enemy has been slain.
Just E like that and hit him, but not the creeps. I thought he was gonna all in me there, to be fair. That's why I E'd. But that E was a mistake. You don't want to E like that. Because now I'm gonna have to E like that more to try and fix it.
An ally has been slain.
Let's see if he does anything to these creeps. I'm gonna E up here, because it'll hit him, but not the creeps. Getting XP range of this cannon. I'm very alone in this game, and obviously I've been ganked by the Annie, which sets me behind. My Q's starting to deal a lot of damage with the Sheen and with the armor shred on my E, 45% armor shred now, so he does have to be careful walking into that. Don't quite hit him with that E. Again, I just want to let the waves come to me, pick up what I can while my team are doing stuff elsewhere. E in there. I'm actually just going to ult Ghost on him here, because he doesn't have... because he doesn't have Flash. So that's a use of Flash. I know that Flash has a longer cooldown than Ghost, right? And because of that, I'm going to Ghost on him, and he can't get away because he doesn't have his Flash. So that's an easy way that you can pick up kills, as Ghost into Flash. Because I'm so far behind, I'm going to start going for the... Instead of the Trinity Force, which I normally go for, I'm going to go for the Frozen Heart. This is a very, very like hard weak side game where you can just pick up the defensive option first. And my team are just going to win the game for me, like, you know. This is top lane, really. A lot, like, sometimes your team loses the game for you, sometimes it wins for you. But one way that we could lose this game is if I'm getting fisted in top lane while all this is going on. Because it's easy to get fisted in this matchup. But I'm just not going to let him. Apart from a couple of mistakes where I've got the wave into a bad situation and not respecting that Annie could roam on me, I've done a really good job of containing this guy. Nasus actually getting buffed next patch. I would already have my ult back if this was next patch, which is really crazy. Like, next patch I'll be able to ult, kill someone, come back to lane and ult again. He can cure me from a really long range now. Any Sundara champion, it's worth considering Bramble Vest into them. They heal quite a lot with the Sundara. I'm going to need to reset this wave here. One way I could do that is by brawling him, another is by just Eing the waves. There, I'm spacing back and forth, trying to make him get hit by these minions, which he did get hit by the minions a lot. I'm going to E, W, Q, R, auto, and then prop phase rush. With the phase rush, I'm going to be able to get away. The phase rush, obviously, if you remember in Champion Select, I said I took it in part to deal with the Zillion. And there you see how it deals with the Zillion. It helps me resist that slow. See if we can bait Wukong in. He does have Flash. No Zillion ulti now, no Wukong ulti. I'm gonna base and get my Frozen Heart. Somehow, Syndra and Annie are both level 10. I'm level 12. Oh. And Annie is also here. Phase Rush is on cooldown. Yeah, they've got 4 people in top right now. They're losing their mid T2. Not entirely sure why they have 4 people top. I got baited into staying because of the Syndra walking up to the turret. I think that's a really big mistake from her, but yeah, they're just completely giving up on mid here. I could maybe TP if this carries on, but I'll probably end up TPing to top to defend turret. This might be an inhib tower down for them for sending so much top. Flash Tibber's committed as well. Drake's up. I'm not going to TP now. Like, there's only 3 minions. They didn't try. I was thinking of TPing if they tried to push the tower. I'm just going to walk top and catch the wave. I'm going to save this TP for if anything happens. I need to cover my bot. I mean, my Lucian is so incredibly fed. All I have to do is try and keep him alive. Withering Wukong in fights is probably the best way to do that. Just help him kite away from the Wuk. Get stacked wherever I can. He's walking in, I'm just gonna E him.
For centuries.
They want this Herald, so I'm gonna push the wave. This wave should crash unless he drags it. He might drag it here.
It is
Actually, just a cannon and one minion that walks into the turret, that's going to push back into me, so now I can just chill. You can see the Frozen Heart already blocks 223 damage. It's going to block a lot of damage for me. I'm going to be absolutely chilling. If you walk out of vision, a lot of the time they'll think you've recalled and they'll start pushing into you. Like really hard, just like that. I don't think Syndra needed to show there. But, you know, Wither is a balanced spell in League of Legends, and the guy goes down anyway. This is why you put points in Wither second. And now with 5 points in Wither, anyone that gets Withered is almost perma-CC'd. And the best thing I can do here is base and TP bot. Just to deny this turret from Sivir. Basically remove the cross-map play. And Sivir has to be very careful. I can very easily kill her here. Wither stops her being a champion, essentially. Don't know if this will be used as a matchup guide. My team kind of carried the game pretty hard, but I think I played the matchup well.
An enemy has been slain.
Did get the solo kill. Only got killed by enemy team in resources. And they FF. Nice easy game. Nice little easy bit of LP for me. Now, apparently my stream is showing that I'm playing Destiny 2, so let's see if I can change that.